Ogi Ogas, step back from your billion wicked thoughts, or maybe not your particular thoughts, but our collective billion wicked thoughts, and think about the history of sexuality. How is the internet changing our notions of sex? Is it liberating us? Is it making us more repressed?
It's certainly liberating us, and the biggest effect has been on women and sexual minorities. Until the internet, if you're a woman and you wanted to explore your sexuality, it was very hard to do that in safety and comfort and privacy. Many women were afraid to go into the back room at the video store or to drive downtown to the red light district to buy something, or to ask the guy at 7-Eleven behind the counter to hand over a magazine. But the internet now allows women to explore erotic stories, sexual interests in safety and comfort and privacy. Same for gay men and lesbians too, but especially for gay men. Previously, there was no easy way for them to access, unless you lived in an urban area. If you lived in the suburbs or in a particular rural area, there wasn't any easy way to get your hands on gay pornography or gay erotica. And you could feel very isolated and alienated. Now a gay guy can go online and immediately see that there's many, many other people that share his interests, that he's not alone. And I think this has been very, very liberating for many people, and for men too. Many men now can explore maybe different sexual quirks, different sexual kinks they had that they would maybe too scared to explore in some kind of real world environment. Now they can just watch movies about it. They can read stories about it, again, without leaving their home. I think it's having just a fundamental effect on transforming our sexuality that we can't really even know the consequences yet. I don't think we'll see them for another generation. One of the reasons is because I think what we're seeing on the internet so far is a reflection of our sexual interests. It's not creating our sexual interests as much as reflecting what we're already interested in. And one of the reasons for that is male sexuality is formed in adolescence. Male interests are formed in sometime between the ages of 12 and 22, and then they're fixed across the lifespan. So a lot of the internet that's been built up is expressing what guys already liked. However, new generations of young men that are growing up with the internet, that maybe have their first sexual experiences via the internet, that might actually start changing their sexual interests. So I don't think it's been around long enough for us to fully see the consequences of that, but I think there are going to be some significant consequences.
There's been a great debate about the impact of online pornography on children, in books like Pornified. Argue that the ubiquity of online pornography is making children, corrupting kids' idea of sex and romance. What's your position here in terms of the impact of pornography on children and its relationship to love and romance?
I think the vast majority of pornography is very healthy and natural. It's not creating sexual interests. It's helping a person understand their sexual interests. And again, if you're a person that's not sure, let's say you're not sure if you're straight or gay, pornography might be a way that can help you sort out what actually turns you on, what you actually like. It helps all of us understand our sexuality better. So there's a very clear positive side to it. Also, there's a lot of data that's showing that the more access people have to pornography, the less crimes of sexual violence occur. That is, as porn goes up, rapes go down. So there is a kind of cathartic effect. There's not catharsis with aggression, but there does seem to be a kind of sexual catharsis. If you spend a lot of time looking at pornography, you're not so motivated to do those interests, especially in sexual violence in the real world. So there's some pretty clear benefits of it. Now, there is a question, children being exposed to this, how is this influencing their concept? I think it has a greater influence on women than on men. Men's sexuality is pretty fixed. And watching pornography doesn't really have any impact on a man's notion of romance, because these are partitioned in the brain. They're just different cognitive functions in the brain in men. So a guy can look at pornography every day and then still have completely healthy and natural romantic feelings and romantic relationships on the side. But for women, just because of the nature of female sexuality, there is a much more of an overlap between romance and sexuality. Also, women are much more influenced by cultural messages and the social milieu than men are when it comes to sexual tastes. So if anything, women, young women probably should be more concerned about being exposed to pornography than young men.
Well, there you have it. Women shouldn't be allowed to look at online porn, but men can. Thank you so much, Ogi Ogas, for a fascinating exploration of what we're really doing on the internet.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun.